Hi guys, I'm going to share with you how my group sessions were like. This is our client group. These are the activities that we did with our residents. We used a bottom-up approach to identify each resident's deficits and abilities to consider environmental modifications and grading. We use a cognitive adaptive frame of reference when grading and a biomechanical frame of reference when considering the physical ability of each resident. We considered how the physical, cognitive, and psychosocial skills involved during our group activities could be generalized to the residents' daily lives. We worked within the noted budget and environmental constraints of the common day space and adhered to professional ethics. We conducted risk assessments and carried out precautions, and throughout all sessions, we ensured the residents' safety and maintained hygiene standards by doing hand hygiene at the end of each activity. After reflection, I realized I had poor patient handling skills when I had to transfer a resident to his wheelchair. Though the transfer was very simple when practicing in class with my friends, I realized how different and hard it was when transferring a resident. I was confused and couldn't remember any of the steps and precautions that I had to look out for. As a result, I needed my supervisor to give me verbal step-by-step guidance to complete the transfer. Our activities were not similar to any ADLs or IADLs and were mostly leisure-based. We originally wanted to have a cooking session with residents, but that didn't happen due to the residents' dietary restrictions. Because of the first two sessions were more of an individual activity, we realized that the residents were engaged in parallel activity, which defeated one of our main goals, which was social interaction. Hence, we changed the subsequent activities to ensure that all residents had to have some form of social interaction with one another, such as by waving to each other to get their attention. I realized we didn't document each resident's progress properly, and we only had a general idea if a resident improved based on memory. This would have meant that we could not track if the residents met our long-term goal. Before each session, we explained the activity, set group expectations and rules before beginning. When a resident was not feeling confident during the activity, we encouraged them with positive reinforcement and used prompts or hand-over-hand guidance when necessary. For example, one resident was unsure of how to paint, so I encouraged her by using hand-over-hand guidance to paint the doll, and I listed certain objects such as grass and sun for her to visualize what colors to paint. After reflecting about the group process, we reacted too quickly to any mistakes that happened during the activities. For example, when the bowl rolled off the table, instead of letting the resident pick it up under supervision, we immediately picked it up and passed it to them. Since our client group was adults, we could have given them more autonomy instead of providing too much help. In my first session, I had to make a decision to start the activity for the residents who were already present because they were getting tired of waiting, and I felt that I was losing their interest. I had feedback from a supervisor that I could have actually paused the activity halfway to do an introduction when the rest arrived before allowing it to continue. Subsequently, I involved the resident to set up the area and to clean it up. The tasks assigned to them were graded according to their functional ability, and we planned our sitting arrangement by considering those who are ambulant or wheelchair users, or whether they require more help and prompts to be engaged in the activity. We also had residents who were more helpful to sit next to other residents who required more assistance, and we also considered the kind of behavior each resident may show during the activity. And we also had residents who were likely to want to leave the activity space face nearer the exit, so it will be easier to bring them back to their wards, as we do not want the negative outburst to bring the overall mood down. We tried to convince the resident to stay and participate, but if they still insist, we will bring them back to their wards since they are all adults and their autonomy should be respected. While leading the activities, I had difficulty with the introduction and conclusion. During the last session, I was too focused on completing the activity that I forgot to tell the residents that it was our last session, which I really do regret. Next time, I will write a script on how to do a proper introduction and conclusion. I also found it difficult to convince the resident to participate because of the language barrier present. I could only understand her, but I could not reply her at all. Furthermore, her behavioral symptoms were present, which made it even more difficult to convince her. I could have used better body language and gestures to communicate with her, and the supervisor also commented how I could have used the chance to do errorless learning when asking the residents to help set up and clean up. We maintained the therapeutic quality of the subsequent sessions even after changing them by searching for common activities that could be carried out in a nursing home and doing an activity analysis on each one. According to research, being client-centered is the most important when carrying out our interventions, but we ended up being therapist-centered at the end of the 4 sessions because of our time constraints, and we couldn't ask what their individual preferences were. So we could have checked with the staff with what their daily routines were like to incorporate that into our activities. On hindsight, maybe we were therapist-centered because it was convenient for us to do so as well. By CPE, I hope that I will be able to integrate being occupation-centered and client-centered in the future sessions as well. Through this experience, I hope I can be more comfortable with making mistakes, but still do the necessary precautions to prevent them from happening, and be more confident when conducting group sessions just like how my friends were. And lastly, I hope my Chinese and my dialect improves. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for spending 5 minutes with me. Bye bye.